And we are live, ladies and gentlemen. What is going on? This is your host, Mississippi Sexual, and it is Art for Change podcast. Today is Soulful Sundays. And my co-host,
Hey, y'all already know it's your boy BU. That's all you gotta do. I'm feeling good today. So hey, be prepared. I'm feeling just dandy, as my grandma say. I'm feeling all
I love that. I love that. And we got our guest host in the building, man. Matt had a Marshall, man. What's going on, brother?
SoulFul Sunday, let's get our fill in.
Let's get our
right.
fill in.
How y'all weekend been?
Good.
Bless,
Good.
brother. Bless. No complaints, family. How about you, gentlemen?
Me, I'm wearing my daughter's her softball jersey.
Okay.
I bet her she went and hit a home run. $400. And the next play, she hit a home run. So
Look at
yeah, I had to shut the hell up and pay up. Yeah, she smacked that thing.
Respect.
I got it on video. It's online. I got it on video. Yeah. Hey, deep down, I was like, damn. But then, another deeper down, I was like, damn, I'm proud of her. So.
They win the game?
Yeah, I think it was like 20 to 7. Yeah, they won. They won the game and everything. Like they drug them, bro. It was bad. I felt bad for the other team. I ain't gonna lie to you. It wasn't fair.
20-7. I feel bad for the other team too.
Yeah, it wasn't fair. It wasn't fair at all. But yeah, other than that, yeah. Today we didn't do nothing. We just chilled. Yesterday, they're learning the Michael Jackson dance, actually, the Thriller dance. I think I tagged the for Chase. Yeah, hey, they was trash yesterday. I put it on live, but they was a little trash. So when I tell them they're trash, they feel like they got to do better.
I love it. I love it.
So yeah, they'll practice that out. Yeah. So other than that, yeah, I mean, it was a simple weekend, bro. It was a simple weekend. Friday, what I did Friday? I got off early Friday. Forgot what I did, but I got off early. I went in early because I wanted to start my weekend early. I don't know why. But yeah, I got off early Friday and then Saturday, like I told y'all. And then yeah. But it was great though. It was a simple weekend. It was a lazy weekend that I needed actually. Sometimes you gotta decompress, let your body chill out, don't do nothing. Oh, Friday. Never mind. Friday I went out to a cigar lounge because one of my homies from New York came out. So he's one of and we talk business. If he comes, it's only business, and we talk business. So we went to a cigar lounge and everything and hung out. Me, him, and one of my other buddies. We're thinking of starting another business. I'm not gonna bring it up yet, but yeah, we're thinking of starting some shit. So we came out, he literally flew out just to talk about that. Just to talk business. And then he flew back to New York, I think, today. So, and I wanna start doing that more actually. More business talks, more growth talks, stuff like that. That way, because I mean, the same conversations every day, if we ain't getting nowhere with it, it ain't worth talking. So, growth, pretty much. But yeah. Marsha.
Yes.
All right, how was since I last talked to you Thursday? How's it been?
I had the nephew this weekend. I had him Friday and Saturday, and then I picked him up this morning. We went and saw the Minecraft movie.
How was that movie?
The kids liked it. The audience liked it. I found it a little corny.
Yeah, but you're not a kid, so
exactly.
You're not gonna, you're there for the kids, not for the movie.
Exactly.
Yeah, I get it.
And they were sold out of merch. He wanted a popcorn bucket. He wanted the Minecraft popcorn bucket, but they were all sold out of the merchandise and everything. So he couldn't get no merch. He couldn't get no cup or no nothing. So that kind of bummed him out.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Poor fella.
How was you since Thursday, mister?
I've been pretty productive since Thursday, man. Writing, and putting some videos out. I got some more stuff that I'm gonna drop probably when I get out tonight. So been pretty productive, chill since Thursday, bro.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, speaking of like Soulful Thursday, we can call it Soul Food too. I know sometimes we switch it. So I was listening to something earlier, and they was talking about the dine and dash. How people are doing that a lot more often.
Oh wow, are they?
And you know how we used to prepay for gas back in the day, a long time ago. We used to pump gas, and then we could pay for it, walk inside and pay for it after we pumped it.
Right.
But then niggas was running off, and so they made us prepay, which is when it started. They're saying they're gonna start us prepaying on dinners. Yes, because people a lot more people are dining and dashing. So they're like, once you order, yeah, but let me put your card on file. Like if you go to a bar, like how they do at the bar, yeah. So they're gonna start doing that at restaurants because the rates are going fly high right now. So
how about that?
They're fucking it up for everybody. That's crazy. What you think about that, Marshall? That's a good idea or what?
I don't know why they haven't done it in a while. Done it already. But that's not big here. Right now, they just busted a big shopping spree ring over here.
What you mean?
Snatch and grabs. Organized snatch and grabs. A big ring.
Oh, wow.
Hitting up malls.
I've seen videos of that. You know what I mean? They go in there real organized in a big, large group and smash everything and grab as much as they can and then dip out.
Yeah, damn, that's crazy.
And there's so many of them, it's just they call it quick chaos and they're gone.
And it's like 17, 18, 19-year-olds. What does a 17, 18, 19-year-old need with a Louis Vuitton bag? Is it really that serious?
Yeah.
Right. It's like flash mobs, smash and grab or something like that. You know?
Hey, but I ain't gonna lie, I buy from them.
So you're saying you buy from boosters?
Yeah, I buy from them. Like, hey, you got away with it. Shit, it's like cheaper for me. I ain't got shit to do with it. I don't know you stole. So, hey, would you?
I'm grown now.
I'm grown.
But in my listen, I'm grown now. But in my adolescence, I may be the person that you can come to if you wanted something out the mouth.
Yeah, but would you buy from them now to this day?
Nah. Now I understand that you know what I mean the significance of working hard for your shit. You know what I mean? You appreciate something whenever you work hard for it versus something that was just given to you.
So you were the guy selling Adidas with 2 stripes instead of 3?
Oh no.
Yeah. So what we talking about?
No. I was what you would consider a booster. Like I will go get the real polo out the mall and bring it to you. Like instead of you paying 150, you pay me 75. But I didn't pay nothing for it, so it was a profit for me.
Yeah, but
and you
you
got a
wouldn't
fresh
buy.
polo out of Macy's. Like, okay, you should look like the guys would do it. What they would do, they'll walk in the mall. They'll tell me exactly what they want, and I go in there behind them, and I come out with it.
Yeah, but you wouldn't buy from somebody who did that now.
No, 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 not now.
I would.
Not now.
Nigga, what? Nigga,
Yeah,
50%
no,
off.
no.
Nigga, what? They ain't got no sales in their store. 50% off. Hey, give me
No,
that.
now,
Here.
now,
Why not?
now,
But why? Why not?
now, I don't know, man. I just believe in bad energy. Um, I don't want it in that energy now. Same thing with like you people come up to you and got nice ass jewelry and trying to sell it to you for a fraction of the price. And it's like, no, where the fuck this shit
No,
come
I won't
from?
do
Like,
that because I want to know if that's real. But nigga,
why you
clothes.
trying to get this also so nicely? You know what I mean? Like, there is a such thing as sometimes when it sounds too good to be true, it actually is. You know what I mean? So I believe in the bad karma and bad energy from things now.
I can see where he's coming
get it.
from because now laundry soap is now behind lock and key, and deodorant now has a ink marker that's like in a dye packet, like you're stealing it from the bank.
Yeah.
Everything has those locks on it. You can't buy nothing no more without
Nah,
having it unlocked.
yeah. I mean, even the little body spray I buy got that little sticker on it. So if you don't, you know, what I'm saying if you don't know through that they have to run that damn sticker over their register just so that when you walk out the store, it don't go off. So everything tagged now. You know what I mean? Like I can't even go to Walmart and get cologne without asking them to come unlock the case. So I
Yeah.
mean, and that's just spray. You know what I'm saying? So.
All right. So you think you gotta always be humble? You feel like that, or
Oh, absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. You
and
ain't
not even
you
relating to
you
that question, but just in general, you gotta
just in
always be
general, just
humble.
in life in general. Yeah, absolutely. Because bro, like, what makes you think that your shit don't speak? You know what I'm saying? Like, what makes you think you so much better than the next person? You know what I mean? Like, we all die from the same natural causes. We all need the same essential things to live. So none of us is greater than any other person. Granted, some of us may have greater talents than the
Yeah.
other person, but essentially, all of us are human. So that my life is no more important than yours. So therefore, and that aspect, I have to be and always will remain humble.
All right. So I disagree, but not fully. I'm mostly humble, but like sometimes you gotta show people because people talk like I've had people talk down on me, like, oh, he can't do this, he can't do that, and then like and I'm gonna show you, and I'm gonna talk shit to you after I show you, like, nigga, I told you, so.
Oh, see, that's the difference.
I
See,
told you so. That and then that's not being humble though.
yeah, yeah,
That's not being humble,
see, I'm
and
the
I'm gonna
difference
let you
between
know.
right. The difference between me and you in that scenario is if somebody told me that I couldn't do something, I would, probably have that chip on my shoulder and want to show them, like, let me show you what I can do. But once I do it, I won't throw it in their face like, see, I told you, motherfucker. Like, I just like, let the work speak for itself. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, I do that too, but I gotta get it off. Like hey, so y'all let's know because when
I
you
think
try
life
you try
humbles
me.
I think life humbles everybody at some point.
No,
Yeah.
life itself is humbling.
Right.
Life itself is humbling. Like, if it ain't, then you're gonna fail every time.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So tonight we got four topics. We got art as an expression. We got community art projects. We got art therapy and cultural narratives. This is Art for Change podcast, and this is SoulFul Sunday. So, um, you want to get into some of these questions we got for you?
Yes. How do different cultural backgrounds influence the way people use art, like for healing and like growth and getting over everything? How do y'all feel that happens?
Mm. You want to answer that first, Matt?
I'll let you take the first. I want to see where you go with this.
All right, repeat your question again, BU.
How do you feel cultural backgrounds influence the way people use art for healing?
How do cultural backgrounds? Okay. Um, I feel like everybody has a different um, cultural background, so everybody have a different way that they use art. So for me, I come from a more urban background, so the way that we use art is usually in music, um, and poetry, um, and playing instruments. So really, that seems to be a large outlet amongst the urban community. So I think that is the way that we shape our art. But you got some people who paint very well. Saying if you look at more European cultures, they have a lot of beautiful sculptings and paintings, and that's how I feel like they shape their art. You know what I mean? So I feel like different cultures. You got Native Americans, they deal with a lot of markings and feathers and things of that nature. So different cultures have different aspects on art. And I think that's what shapes art, and that's what makes art itself, is because all of us have different perspective of what art is. And I think that's the beauty of art. And I think that's also what draws all of us together, is because no matter what cultural background we may come from, we may all appreciate art.
I think, all right, so just to go off that, I think it helps with healing as well because when seeking different cultural backgrounds, you're learning another culture at the same time because like
Yes.
yeah, so you're learning how they do stuff because we may do the same thing but differently.
Right.
So you're learning how they do stuff, and then you're learning their culture at the same time.
Right.
Like people do it. I was watching something day before. I watch a lot of documentaries all the time. I was watching
Yeah.
documentaries all day today actually, and like pottery. This is
Yeah.
dope. They do that a lot overseas. Pottery, a
Yeah.
lot
Yeah.
overseas. Like
You can
and
see
the way they
pottery
do it.
more like Middle Eastern in culture. Yeah.
Yes,
And
yes,
like
yes,
stitching and weaving and woven and stuff like that. Also, like, just think about it like this, just to bring it back to America. Just keep thinking about just different regions of America, like the north, south, east, west. Like, think about New Orleans. New Orleans had their own style for mourning. You know what I mean? They have a whole
yeah,
damn parade when you pass away. You know what I'm saying? We don't in
yeah,
North Carolina. We have a funeral, and everybody's in there and they're black, and everyone's sad and crying. You may have someone come and sing, and someone has a eulogy, and that be that. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? So different regions of United States do different cultural things as well
yeah. But all right. So to
for
answer the
healing.
question, I think it helps with the healing. The second part of the question, the healing is we learn from Americans looking to the other cultures. We learn that we got it really good, and because we're working with them, and we're learning their style, but we learn we got it really good because
Right.
they're doing this shit for like survival.
Yeah.
Half the time we're doing this shit for fun,
Right.
and that's healing for us. Like okay, they got it worse than us. Like we really got that's a click in the brain. Like we really got it good. Like we got it going on. Like shit like that. To me,
Hmm.
what about
I
you,
can
Matt
feel
Hatter?
that.
Yeah,
I think it comes down to storytelling through art and sharing cultural stories through art, and that becomes a healing process as well. I think
Okay.
the storytelling of being able to share each culture and how your culture is with each also is part of that. What so it kind of goes on what BU was saying about sharing their history and everything, and
Yeah.
yeah.
telling this story. But I forgot where I was going with this.
All right, so that comes with what role you think storytelling through art helps through the cultural growth actually. So that's where you were going right now. So
Right.
I believe it helps. It's in understanding like things that we think is bad for us, and they got worse to them. That's like pretty much what I was saying, and it like maybe it ain't so bad for me, you know, like. Or maybe some people, hey, sometimes it's like maybe they got it better. Like you talk to a nigga from Dubai, hey, we look like slaves to them, you know, because they got it good over there. You know, but you talk to a nigga
Right.
from Asia, we look like kings, you know. So it depends. Like it depends.
Well,
On
there's things that they do in Asia that for art that we don't accept as art. Like karaoke is big in Asia. You can find a karaoke bar anywhere throughout Asian culture and everything like that. And
yeah,
they're singing karaoke here in the States. It may be a couple of places, maybe Los Angeles, Nashville, maybe Las Vegas, but karaoke is looked at as something as the older crowd does. It kind of falls under not quite yet at the age to bingo yet.
and I feel
Right.
that. How you feel about that? The storytelling thing, Mister?
Um, I mean, I think that's a part of. I think that's a part of art. I think most art tells a story. Um,
Yeah,
when you think about art in the form of music, most music tells a story, especially when you think about the blues, when you think about, what I'm saying, jazz, when you think about country music, there's stories behind these songs, you know what I mean? Um, so I think art has always been an instrument for storytelling. Even when you think about markings on the wall, that was art telling the stories. You know what I mean? When you think about Native Americans and the earlier settlements that were here on Earth before us, you know what I mean? That's how they wrote with markings. I mean, and even
yeah.
communicated with drawings. You know what I mean? Certain symbols meant certain words. So I mean, art has always been a form of storytelling. Absolutely, from different cultures.
Hey, that's funny you brought up music because I told somebody like, yo, I don't care what genre it is. We all make the same music. We say the same shit, just differently.
Yeah,
Literally. Like
yeah.
rappers might be like, fuck that bitch. And country nigga be like, I'm gonna leave that home. Yeah, like, you know, like so we all say the same shit differently. Like, yo, it's
Right,
and that's why this is the reason I listen to all music. I like
right.
country,
I
I
mean,
like all
music
that.
is just. I think I don't mean to cut you off, you, but I think music itself is cultural. You know what I
Yes,
mean? Based
yeah,
on
that's what I'm
just
saying. Yeah,
your based on your cultural background, defines what type of music you listen to typically.
yeah. So
And so it goes as far as when we see certain scenes, it feels odd to us. You know what I
mm-hmm.
mean? Which it shouldn't. But if you seen a 70 or 8-year-old man walking, hopping out in his car and he just got finished bumping Ice Cube, saying a day was a good day. I mean, with 212s in his back, and he looked like he walking
It
out with
look
a
it
cane,
different.
you'll look at him crazy. You know what I'm saying? But why he can't enjoy that and enjoy the type of music too? You know what I'm saying? That could be
Yeah,
from where he's from. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
But when the white man jump out his F-150 with the tires lifted, with the same two tens, 212s booming, some country music, it's a good thing, you know.
It's no problem. Nobody that
Ain't
doesn't
nothing wrong
sound
with it.
crazy.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey,
Right.
hey,
Absolutely.
ain't
Right.
nothing wrong with it. Hey,
Right.
so
But
what's the narrative? What's the
huh?
narrative of that? Like, what's the narrative? Like,
I,
yo,
I I don't think there is a narrative. I think that was just an example of how all of our cultures shows differently through our music.
yeah, but then like we're looked down upon for doing the same thing they're doing.
Hmm. Uh, I think that's another topic for another
Okay, all right. So all right, we're gonna be soulful. All right,
day.
all right.
'Cause I think that's like a whole nother rabbit hole that
Yeah,
we'll end up going. You know what I'm saying? That we'll travel down. And I think that's a good I might want to put an astro beside that, and maybe we can, have a whole little subject or a whole little episode speaking on that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All
So
right.
let me
So
ask
what?
you guys.
All
Go
right.
ahead.
No, you good. You good.
How do you define art therapy?
How do I define
Any
art?
art you do that calms you down. That
Yeah.
that you do that doesn't that's not forced.
Yes.
That you're not forcing to do.
Yeah.
All right. So, all right. Yeah, I like that answer actually. Art therapy is put in another word, soothing.
Soothing. You know what is surprisingly soothing and just therapeutic in a sense.
What's that?
Have you colored as an adult?
I was just about to say coloring. I can't I
Coloring,
can't I
bro.
can't do
If you
those
haven't colored as an
geometric
adult,
things. I can't do
if
those geometric ones with all the
yeah,
shapes and everything. I can't do those, but I can do the coloring page. Some of
yeah, man. If
the
you haven't
images.
colored as an adult, I
Yes.
advise you to color and tell me how that makes you fucking
Yeah,
feel,
it feels
man.
good because
if you had
especially
a
with my
stressful
twins.
ass day and you got a lot on your mind, grab you a coloring book and some color crayons or some color pencils or some acrylic markers and go to work.
I was
You know
just
what I
about to
mean?
ask you, are you a fine point marker guy or are you a colored pencil guy?
Yeah.
No,
Um,
I do
I
crayons because
think
my twins they
I
got a
think
lot of kid shit going on, so I do crayons. And also I find drawings on my walls and shit, So
I like the color pencils. I like the color pencils. I'm a crayons nigga too, because you know what I mean. I got kids,
not
so
crayon.
I always
I
got
like
crayons in my house.
crayons because I got drawings on my walls for fucking crayons. Like these things is crazy over here.
I just want to thank you guys for pronouncing crayons properly. Have you seen this argument over how to pronounce crayons?
No, I haven't, bro.
It's either crayons or crayons. That is a
Or
berry.
crayons.
A
No, it's
crayon is a
crayons.
berry.
Someone say crayons. People
Yeah,
say crayons.
yeah. People are saying crayons. I'm sorry, that is a berry.
No, no, it's crayon.
Yeah, crayons. Yeah. But yeah,
Yeah.
I define art therapy as soothing, and the way I approach it is I approach it with my hands behind my back, like give it to me, take your best shot. I ain't swinging back. Like I deserve whatever you give to me. All that. That's how I approach it. Like not in no not me expecting myself to react. Pretty much.
Right.
So yeah, that's how I approach the healing part. Because we all got healing to do. I don't give a fuck how good you think you are. We all got healing to do. We have to heal.
Right.
No matter how good you are or how good life is going for you, some bad stuff you got to heal from. You can't cover
Or
up
have
everything
have healed from,
or
because
have
there is
healed
people
from.
who or because it is people who are healed. There is some of us who have healed from our childhood traumas or tribulations. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Um,
Therapy
I
is
think
supposed to be therapeutic. So if you're doing it for therapy and it's pissing you off, it's not very therapeutic
it's
now,
not
is it?
it's not very therapeutic. Absolutely. Um, me, I'm a poet, so writing poetry is very therapeutic for me. And of course, poetry is a form of art. So to me, that is a writing in itself. Not even just poetry, just writing. That's a form of art too. So I think sometimes writing your feelings down is a very good way of therapy. Writing how you feel, getting that shit out. If you can't verbally express it, writing it on paper, and then reading how you feel, really like like wow, oh shit, kind of put it in perspective because it gives you like a tangible look at it where it's something you can see in your face, like okay, this is how I'm feeling. So writing to me is a great form of art therapy. It's always been an outlet for me, and I think some of my greatest poems come from whenever I'm going through something. I think that goes for even artists or instrumentalists or anybody that uses any type of form of art. I feel like whenever they are going through something and they use their art as their outlet, I think that what comes out of that is something very beautiful.
Mm,
I feel like that, I mean that's the beauty of art. You could be feeling like an ugly mess and create a beautiful creation.
mm.
An artist paints usually brings out their greatest masterpiece.
Absolutely.
All right. So, what are some like misconceptions of like art therapy?
Mm. I think a misconception of art therapy is that art is not a form of therapy. I feel like that is a misconception in itself. Um,
Mm,
you got people who do like throwing paintballs and stuff like that. Like that's a form of art. It's different forms of art therapy. That you see people do the little clay, like you were just talking about the pottery as a form of art therapy.
yeah,
I think the misconception is that art is not a form of therapy. I think that's the misconception.
I agree with that because like we interviewed a gun shooter guy. That's art therapy for him because he goes out there to the range and
Right,
releases stress and
right,
anger instead of
right,
shooting somebody else. Like you shoot the target.
right.
You get what I'm saying? So it's like I'd rather you shoot this dummy target than you go in the streets going let your stress out on everybody else. You know, or going to a school and like we have a lot of problems like that now. Like that's art therapy as well. He builds the guns and he shoots them when he gets pissed off, or he shoots them to test them. So that's art therapy.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I totally agree with you. I couldn't argue with you more. Would you like to rebuttal any of that, Matt?
No, that was pretty head up, straightforward.
Right, pretty much right. So, community art projects, fellas. What are some examples of community art projects that you believe were successful, fostered healing and connections?
When Stink did the
Yes,
barbershop thing. Shouts out
absolutely.
to Stink. Hey, we got to
Shouts
tag
out
her in
this
this one.
thing.
Yeah,
Step
when
out to
she did.
Midland, Texas.
Yeah, Midland, Texas. Shouts out to everybody over there.
Yes,
Yeah, when
sir.
she did the barbershop thing, and she was telling, we interviewed her right before she did that. She was telling us how she was going to do that and all that. And
Yeah,
I watched her stories and all that. It came out really good, bro. It came out good,
yeah,
and she was saying how much she wanted to help the community, and she's just gonna keep doing what she do. Free
right,
haircuts, all that stuff. We had our merch there. Shouts out
right.
Roxanne. We had our merch there. Everything. Shouts out to Art for Change. We out there. Hey, let's get it.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
but that's how. Yeah, that's what I can. That's an example. That's a good example, actually.
Yeah, that was a great example. You got an example of where you feel like art has successfully fostered healing or connection in the community, Mad
My niece's dance studio, every year they pick some dancers to go dance downtown at this organized backpack giveaway where they
Okay.
give out backpacks to kids in the local neighborhood, and some of the dancers put on a routine and everything.
Okay. And you said your niece just did. What were we talking about before the podcast started? What's up with your niece?
She's a competitive dancer. She had competition weekend this weekend.
And how'd that turn out?
Good. Her team's placed. She,
Mm.
she got a special award for her solo.
Oh, okay. I like that. I like to hear that. Good vibes, positivity. Okay.
I think the biggest and the most common example of the community art project that actually brings healing and connection to the community are parades.
Hey,
Think about it.
I ain't think of that. I ain't think of that. You're right.
Think about it. You
Because
got the floats that are being, that is that they are showing their artistic in the floats. They're showing out their artistic in the dances. They're showing artistic in the bands. You know what I mean? Parades and what do? They foster healing and bring in the community. Most parades is for seasonal or for homecoming. Rallying the community. So parades is like a very open and probably uncommon aspect on art, bringing the community together. What you got, Matt?
I hate to bust your bubble on parades, but parades came from kings after they conquered a nation, and that was his ride in to announce his arrival. So they would throw parades to announce the new head's arrival and everything like that, and we just carried on the tradition. That's why we do it for championships and stuff like
Yeah,
that. And
right.
yeah.
How about that? Learn something new every day.
Parades ain't all they seem to be.
hey,
Parades
but
may
hold on,
parades may
just to
not
cover you,
all be what they used to be, but I feel like still in today's time, parades are still brought to bring
just
the
to
community
support
together.
Mister. Like me and my kids just went to St. Patrick's Day parade. It's all our community. We know people that we didn't know. And businesses were allowed to drive around, promo, it was promotion of the town that we live in. So I mean, it may have started like that, but now some of them are good. The one we went to it was really good actually.
I
But
think
it's
art has
still the
now changed
mayor
the
and the
element of it.
governor and everybody looking the way it's his
Yeah,
way to promote to get another election. It's his way to, oh, look at
But
me,
there's
I'm
also
sitting
small
here.
businesses that's allowed to drive through there too, and small businesses.
I mean we cannot deny that there's a lot of art being displayed during the parade, is it not?
Yes, and
And,
then
yeah,
like you said, cheerleaders, local bands. Like my kids are in the band, like local bands, all that, and they're in the parade. They're getting there's it's advertisement for everybody.
right. What I mean, and of course, marching a marching band is a form of art. Um,
Yeah,
step
definitely.
step teams, drill teams is a form of art. Color guard. Um, the
Mm-hmm.
the all
RT,
that is
RTC, they had RTC there, everything.
that the drill teams. Yeah, yeah. All that
Mm-hmm.
is our form of art.
Yeah, definitely.
They're using their artistic expression to show off um, their movement, even with the drill team. You know what I mean? They that the precision is the artistry.
So what
You know what I
challenges
mean?
so what challenges do they face?
Hmm.
What y'all talking about? What challenges are they facing?
What challenges do they face? Um, I think the challenge they face is when you get a lot of people when you're trying to bring a community together. Of course, now you have this side mixing with that side. You
Yeah.
got these people mixing with these people, and it may be some conflicts between the two, but now all of us is collectively in one place, trying to appreciate the art that is being given. So I think the challenges may be just to get the community together to be able to appreciate this one thing that we're doing and to ignore the differences amongst each other to be able to be in the community in this environment together collectively appreciating a form of art.
I agree with that. I think that's one day where everybody just gets along automatically. That's what I feel. Everybody just
Yeah,
get
art.
along no matter what. Like I've been here 3 years now. We've been going to the annual parade here, and they're yeah, I live in the white people's part, but there's shit going on, some racism, but when we go there, niggas give hugs and shit, but
Mm.
then hey, they won't hug me in Walmart. you know, they're not gonna hug me when they see me in Publix.
Right.
So, but I treat everybody the same. I don't care who you are. Like, I don't care where you came from. I don't care who you are. Like, treat me good, I'm gonna treat you good. That's it. It's real simple. Like that's as simple as it can get. I'm gonna treat you how you treat me. I ain't even gonna say that. I'm gonna treat you better than you treat me.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So I ain't gonna reciprocate your energy.
Somebody has to be the example. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
See what I've learned to you is that we may be the only example that person have ever seen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you got to understand. Like some people, because we grow up in our life, we automatically think that people are just wired and were raised the same way that we are. But in actuality, that is far from the truth. You know what I mean? Everybody has a different walk of life. You know what I mean? So everybody have a different perspective of what life is and what roles people carry in life. You know, so sometimes you may be the only example that they ever seen of something righteous, or something productive, of something the only form of a leader, the only form of compassion, the only form of empathy, the only form of, you know what I mean, of love. So you may be the only example of that to them. You know what I mean? So because of that, we have to treat people with so much grace, bro, because like some people may not have never seen nothing else, so they don't even know why they coming off so ugly to you. They don't even know no better. You know what I mean? If they know better, they would do better.
Yeah.
And some of us know better and choose not to. And that's okay too. You know what I mean? I still have to give them grace too, because I want grace from my Lord and Savior. You know what I mean?
And because you said that, I sometimes feel myself being overly nice because I know this skin color has a bad name and bad reputation. So they're overly nice. Right. It's like, and y'all know I'm one, I can't bite my tongue. Y'all know. But sometimes I have to. It's not even for me. Because it won't benefit me directly. It benefits us. So, yeah, I bite my tongue.
I'm a skinny white kid, so they think I'm a school shooter.
Yeah, but sometimes you got to be the bigger person and, like, you know, because, like, nigga, my skin color, like, and then, you know, and I'm a gentleman. Like, I'm respectful, like, I'm all that, but I also could go the fuck off. So,
I'm not gonna lie, man, Heather, if you walked into the grocery store with a trench coat on, I'm definitely getting the fuck out of there.
If he just walked the way he's looking right now, if he just walked to the grocery store,
had I not known, you know what I'm saying, Marshall to be the guy I know him to be, listen, you know what I mean? I'd be like, yeah, that man is a stone cold killer.
Hey, it's 90 degrees. Hey, it's 90 degrees and got a trench coat.
Yeah, I'm getting the fuck out of here right now. Listen, if you know, like I know, tip the man on your way out, okay? You better tell that man, hey, bring a Coke 5, bro. Where you get that shit at? You know what I'm saying? And get the hell on out of there. He gonna smile at you and let you go. And then tell everybody else, get the fuck out.
Hey, I feel that.
You know what I'm saying? Positive energy goes a long way sometimes.
All right, so we're engaging with audience and people. How does like telling your story to people like bring you like healing and like I'll start off actually like telling my story to people, which I got a lot of stories. It's like it's a sigh of relief because us as men, just not even no color men, we're taught we gotta hold stuff in.
Yes.
We gotta hold it in. We can't be emotional. We can't do this. We can't do that. You gotta head of the household. Like, you know, you gotta be tough. Like, you know.
Right. A lot of responsibility to be considered yourself a man. Absolutely.
Yeah, you gotta be. You can't cry. You can't do this. You can't do that. You know. I do the opposite. That makes me feel more like a man. Being vulnerable. being vulnerable, because then you're vulnerable, and then if you have a lady, you relate more to her because she's vulnerable. So you
Right.
feel how you feel what she feels, stuff like that.
Yes.
So that's how I feel with that. Like, what about you? Actually, Marshall, I want you to answer, Marshall.
Ask the question again because you went a little off to the right.
Like, Mister.
No.
No,
Ask
man.
the question.
He said ask the question again so he can understand where you talking what the question originally was.
Yeah, telling your story to people, like your
I,
story to people,
I
and
have to
and,
say
and
it makes me feel vulnerable and weak, and I'm always waiting for it to come and bite me in the ass.
Mm,
Like I'm waiting for them to use it as ammo against me.
I
wow.
and people, not even women, people will do that.
People will do that. I've
But
definitely
hey,
witnessed it.
but listen, I won't tell nobody. I'm not afraid to tell the world. So you can tell whatever the fuck you want. I'm not. If I tell you, I don't give a fuck who you tell.
Right.
Because I already told you. If I tell you, I'm comfortable with telling anybody.
Right. Well, they say the truth shall set you free. So,
Yeah,
um, any information like you, I mean, I have to piggyback on BU with this one. Like any information that someone has on me, I mean, I'm not afraid. You can't blackmail with me with information about me.
yeah.
Like,
I'm like, yeah, hey,
like,
I'm like, hey,
like,
it's true.
motherfucker, like,
Yeah,
I know who I am. Like, and I'm not afraid of what people may think about me. See, some people really are. They really care about people's impression of them. Um,
mm,
I'm listen, listen. If you love me, you love me. If you don't love me, hey, I guess I'm just not your cup of tea, honey, and that's fine. You know what I mean? I'm fine with that. You know what I mean? I don't have to be for everyone. You know what I mean? Because I know that I'm not. But I know that for the people that I am for, saying those people need something for me, and I have something for them, and so we're
yeah,
gonna fill up each other cup. You know what I mean? So
mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah. I
I
feel
only
that.
like being only. The older I get, the older I get, I stop trying to um, find
Impressed.
acceptance in find acceptance in other people, and I started just gelling with people who appreciate my space. You know what I mean? Like, instead of trying to force relationships, I only deal with relationships that come naturally and more organically, and that is more reciprocal.
Yeah, I feel that definitely.
Yeah.
All right. So what impact when like I share a story with you and
Hmm.
you share a story with me, and then what
Hmm.
impact does that have on you?
Okay. Um, I guess I can speak on this because I am a poet. So, from a poet's perspective, when I write a poem, I may write a poem that is very vulnerable and
Yeah,
expose a lot of um, some of my life and things that I've been going through. But I think the beautiful thing about it is when you put your art out there, and it's a very vulnerable piece, and you're exposing yourself to where you are like naked to the world in your art, and people appreciate the art and tell you, "Oh, your nakedness, I resonated so much with your nakedness because I was going through such of the same things, and this piece right here just made me feel X, Y, Z." Those moments, you know what I mean, makes all the impact worthwhile from any type of expression that you did with your art. You know what I mean? Especially if you was using your art as a form of healing and you was putting all into this song or putting your heart into these lyrics or putting your heart into this story and the people you gave it to the people and it resonated with the people and the people appreciated your vulnerability and and basically applaud you for it. You know what I mean? That impact is huge. To
I
me
agree.
that makes you that makes you feel more comfortable to keep releasing and keep putting out, what I'm saying, your art, especially art that is more dear and essential to your feelings.
What about you, Marsha?
You're always going to be judged on your art, whether you like it or not. And it's always going to be positive, it's always going to be negative. And it's up to you to either watch the positive and get a big head about it and get too big for your britches, or
Yes.
pay attention to the negative, focus on that, dwell on that, drink on that, drive yourself down a spiral on that, and hopefully make yourself a better person out of it.
All right, you say that with engaging with audiences and everything. How can we encourage more people to like be them and be more open minded and like be able to come forward to like talk about their situations or anything like that?
Stop trying to be like somebody else. We got enough of them. We
Okay.
don't have enough of you that are famous. We got enough of them that are famous. Try to make more of you that are famous.
Yeah.
I I like that. I like that, Marshall. I also think that we should create the space. We should create the space for the artists to feel comfortable to do and be themselves. You
That's
know what I
what we're
mean?
doing right now. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
I don't think there's a lot of platforms for artists to come on and be as as intimate with their fan base, with their followers. You know what I mean? With their community as art for change. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? I think everything here is very intimate. Everything here is very organic. And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And there's not many platforms like this. And I feel like that's what's lacking is, you know what I mean, for real artists that that are doing it for the love of the artistry and not so much of the love of the industry. Um, those artists I feel like need a platform.
Yes, because I just piggyback off that. I feel like they like we've had artists before who was hesitant on hopping on because they feel like they got to watch what they say. Like you can say what you want on here. You can like just be you, open up, like you good, like you know, and people like because you watch other podcasts, like it's you gotta watch everything. Come here, baby. You gotta watch everything. Like you gotta watch everything you say. It's Mama Leah. Good night. Love you. You gotta watch everything you say. And people aren't used to what we're doing. They're not used to this. They're not used to none of this. Like, and they get on, they be nervous. Like, we have talks with them before the show, and then that's why you started the pre-show, Mister. You like, yo, let's get them comfortable. And we have talks before the show. It's like, and then they calm down. Like, all right, yeah, all right, I'm good. And then we have a great show. So yeah, that's yeah.
Absolutely, that's exactly what happens. Um,
Yeah.
and for people that I've reached out to in your inbox, um, that is really wanting to do it, but you're really scared. You really don't know what to expect. I mean, the only thing I can tell you is, what's the worst that can happen? The worst that can happen is you can come on here, you can get some exposure, you can say something that is very eloquent, and other people appreciate it.
Mm,
You're not going to look bad on here. You know why you're not going to look bad on Art for Change? Is because we're not going to allow you to look bad on Art for Change.
honestly,
You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? We're going
honestly,
to make sure that you are your best self while you're here.
yeah,
We prepare you better than most people will probably prepare you, and we live. And because we do this thing so much, if you look at our first episode and you look at the episode that we just did last week, we are like episode 45 or episode 47. I don't want to lie to you about the episodes, but we're really almost like at 50 episodes now. You will see the transition in the show. You'll see the transition and the growth in between the hosts. So just understand that this is a safe and organic space, man. And we love to hear from you.
Yeah, and one thing y'all gotta learn, hey, people will tell you to do the right thing, but they won't. Hey, they'll do the wrong thing right in front of you. But we ain't those type of people. We ain't those type of people. Hey,
Yeah.
we keep it real over here. Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you. And I
You
ain't
don't
mad at them
believe
though.
in the do as you say, not as you do mindset.
That's pretty much what it meant. Like people tell you to do the right thing and do the wrong thing right in front of you after they told you, hey, do this. But then they doing that, you know? So, all right, Marshall, what you got, mister? Yeah.
So, what ways do you believe art can bridge the gap between personal experience and collective understanding?
Marshall, you got
Hitting areas that haven't been hit before. Exploring the unknown.
Yeah,
Pushing the boundaries.
I agree with that 100%.
ask that question again. Ask it again. Let's do.
I said, in what way do you believe art can bridge the gap between personal experiences?
And collective understanding. I think you gotta meet in the middle, actually, because you could go through some shit and not understand it. So then once you understand,
Absolutely.
that's where it meets in the middle. Cause I can go,
Hmm.
I can go through some shit, and I'm like, man, why I went through this shit? Then later on, I'm like, okay, this is why I went through this. You know, you get what I'm saying? Like, so and then that comes with not and what I said earlier, not making the same mistakes. I only make one mistake one time, and then learn from that mistake. But I think it bridges the gap from um, the understanding and the experience, but it has to meet in the middle because if you know the experience and then you don't know the understanding, because you're gonna ask yourself why every time, why, and then you're gonna learn from that experience. You're gonna learn why. So yeah, that's what I think.
I respect that.
What about you?
Um, of course, I feel like storytelling is the hugest way that art is a way to have our personal experience um, bridge the gap between collective understanding.
Yeah,
Because once we put it on paper and we give it to the people, I mean, we're going to get the receivers in, and we're going to get our in. Because a lot of time as artists, when we write things, we don't even know exactly what we write until we done. So we really get full perspective of how we may have felt once we put it on paper.
like so, and then you say writing, so that comes with painting too. Painters, they putting it on paper.
Yeah,
It comes with all
yeah,
that.
right. It's like art, right?
Yeah,
Once you put it onto the canvas,
it's
what I mean,
permanent.
it kind of fill in the gap. It makes the bridge, if you
Yeah,
will.
exactly. I definitely agree with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's no success without problems.
No success
Ain't no
without
success
problem.
without problems, bro.
I
I'm gonna
like
tell you
that.
that now. I ain't never seen nobody who successful now who ain't go through nothing.
Absolutely.
I seen people that gave up,
Absolutely.
and I seen
Yes.
people that gave up who I was like, damn, you should have been up there already, but they ain't had the right people behind them.
Support system, man. We spoke on that on another show. I feel like the support system is very important to the individual success.
Yeah, yeah. Or they had the wrong people behind them. Like, like I'm like, bro, I thought you was about to be up there. Like no, looking down. Like, come on now, bro. You supposed to be. I'm like, dang, bro. I'm like, yo, that's crazy. But yeah. Like, Mister out.
Yeah.
Marshall, what you got?
How can listeners contribute to their own art-related healing stories to foster a sense of community in the discussion?
I think taking their own advice. Because there's been times like there's been times where you want to reread the question, Marshall? Mister's back.
How can listeners contribute to their own art-related healing stories to foster a sense of community in this discussion?
No, he's out again. Like I was saying, I think by taking your own advice. That's how I feel. You take your own advice. You ever get, because I done did this before. You ever gave somebody some advice and be like, damn, that's some good shit I told them. Like, yeah, I gotta take that shit too. You're like, yeah, hold on. Yeah, I was speaking in a moment. Hey, I didn't listen to what I just said. I'm talking to me. Yeah, but I think that's how they can do that, because like there's advice. Like, I'm pretty sure y'all can relate. I give people good advice, and I gotta learn to take my own advice that I give people. And me giving people good advice helps me actually. That's why, like, me talking to people, I talk to people all day, every day. I love it, actually. I didn't like it at first, but, I love it now. And, like, Marshall, you call me every day, Mister, like, everybody. And I like it because it's, like, different. You get different answers from different people.
Yeah.
And then you put all those answers in one fucking bottle, and you just fucking shake it up. And you fucking take it to the head. So taking your own advice is very important.
I absolutely agree with that. I think almost like every time I give someone advice, a lot of time it's some damn advice that I needed to hear myself.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
exactly.
saying? And I think we are instruments a lot of the times. I think sometimes we don't even know that we're being used by the higher power.
Yeah,
And because we are instruments being used, a lot of times things that may come out of our mouth may be something that we needed to hear too. It's just that God needed to have someone else bring up the topic for us to actually get to the meat of the subject of something that we may have needed to have resonate with our own selves. It'd be answers that we have within that we don't know we have until a friend comes and asks us for advice. And then we give our friend advice, and the advice that we give our friend, once we get off the phone with them, we like, damn, I need to take
I
that
need to
shit
hear
too.
that. Yeah. Hey, real shit.
So
Like, yeah, I need to
yeah,
hear that. Hey,
yeah. So I think that's what happens with us a lot. Absolutely.
yeah. So that's why I say we need conversations. Like, and men are afraid to talk. Like we talked about earlier, we need talks. Like,
Yeah.
we need vulnerability. We need all of that. Like, we need that.
Absolutely. Totally agree.
Yeah.
I think, but I think also though, I think the narrative of society has changed changed that for men and made it even more difficult now because now you have women that want to be in their soft girl era and women that want to be in their soft girl or soft woman era don't want a man who is in his soft man era or who is trying to or who is getting closer with his feminine side because men is the only gene that has both that carries both.
Yeah. Oh, hey, hold on.
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
I,
Yeah,
it's
I'll
like
let
when
you speak
people,
on it.
speak on his feminine side. Speak on it. Let's get
Okay.
it. You knew where I was going.
Yeah, yeah. Because you got to think the
No,
way
you're
that the
you're
way
getting deep. I like that. Yeah, yeah. I
the
hear
way
you.
the way that it was intended, whether a lot of us may have our own interpretation of things, the way that it was intended was two people were supposed to unite as one, male and female. And you couldn't be one unless you were together. So that means that togetherness for one, what I'm saying, derives from the male and female. And if you want to take it back to the Adam and Eve, what I'm saying, if you take it back to the Adam and Eve, the woman was taken from the rib of the man. Um, and if you want to take it to science and sex, the woman gene comes from the male. Male has X and Y. The woman doesn't have both. Her eggs doesn't carry both. The male is what determine the male. The is the one who carries female and male eggs to put into the female's um, reproductive system to incubate a child.
Okay, so we got both feminine and masculine men.
Absolutely, yes.
Marshall, how you feel about that?
I just walked in. I had to step away.
We was just basically discussing how men have just like females may have some masculine traits, men have feminine traits as well. And when a man exudes a type of feminine trait like expressing his emotions, most people deem that as a feminine trait. So when men tries to um, express himself emotionally, that is seen or deemed to men being sassy or feminine, and women that are currently now in their soft girl era or soft woman era don't want a man who is in tune with his feelings. Disagree or don't agree?
I completely agree. A girl don't want to be on her period trying to make sure a man ain't his on his.
Exactly. Okay. Now that is true. Now, but do you
How
agree?
can you be at the store when you're both shopping for nail polish? And
Right.
you're getting into fights over who spent more on nail polish remover? Really?
Right. Right. So okay, nail polish is like super feminine. Like I think that's like extreme on the feminine side. I would say something similar like a man crying. Do you that is a man is showing his emotion.
Is he
Um,
crying
I,
at everything? Or does he have a sensitive spot for, say, a dog or like an old lady or something like that?
y'all was watching a love movie and it was a very sentimental scene and he dropped a tear.
I don't
A
know
song,
because I can honestly say I've never cried at a movie. I can honestly
right,
say no movie has
right, but
ever. Well, maybe like a couple of the like the dog movies, but no love movie. The Notebook did not make me cry. There was nothing.
right,
I don't find that sappy shit loving.
right, right,
I don't find that lovey shit sappy at all.
right. So for a man who does, and that would be like exuding some type of femininity or femininity, however you want to start the word, or if I'm saying the word, I'm probably butchering it for sure. Showing his feminine side. Um, I say men get basically. get frowned upon for showing their feminine side, but all men have a feminine side. That's what I was getting at.
Yes, especially when you were raised by a single woman. Because as much as they want to say that they raised a man, not a full man.
Speak on it, brother.
You might have raised a man, but you raised a man with
With
feminine
feminine
qualities.
tendencies. Yes. Yes.
So Marshall, hey, you got a feminine side?
If I do, that motherfucker's been locked away for a while.
Okay.
He's up in
So
a castle somewhere in like waiting to get saved like Rapunzel.
okay, so when I say when we speak on feminine or feminine energy, um, certain men associate roles with gender roles or whatever. You hear topics like women cook, like women clean, women take care of kids, women nurture. So you saying that you lack the ability to nurture, you lack the ability to cook, you lack the ability to clean, because all these
No, because I
all
don't
these.
call that
Hold
I
on,
don't
wait.
call that I don't call that femininity. I call that being independent. That's that's
Or
that's that's
responsibility.
survival.
What,
That's
what about
survival.
what
That's
about nurturing?
survival.
What about nurturing when you being an uncle to your nieces and nephews?
I
Is that
wouldn't.
not?
I'm straightforward. I'm not very nurturing at all. I don't beat around. I don't beat around the bush. Like, how nurturing do you want to be? Want a man to be? I can't milk. I can't be very nurturing to a baby because I can't milk out of my breast.
Right.
So when it comes to a baby, I can't do a fucking thing.
I get it.
I feel like you still can nurture a baby though, bro. I feel like if your nephew fell on at the park and scraped his knee, you would console him. That's a form of nurturing, bro.
Oh yes.
Yeah, fucking that's it. Yeah, that's a form of nurturing. You would fucking console him. It's all right, little man. I got you, man. It's all right. You tough it up. You're all
I'd
right.
probably tell him rub some
You
dirt on it. It ain't that bad. Your leg ain't falling off. See that kid over there? He fell. He's doing just fine.
Yeah,
I'd give him.
but those words of affirmation, those encouragement, is still a form of nurturing. You still trying to pep talk him to let him know he's okay.
Yes.
Like, so we're talking about feelings. Do y'all feel like everything hurts?
What you mean everything hurts? Express that. Elaborate that a little bit more for me.
Like moving on, growing,
Moving on.
like letting go, holding on. It's like in carrying somebody. I feel like everything hurts, just differently. I feel like everything hurts just differently.
Hmm.
Like
That's
like I said,
that.
moving on, growing, letting go, holding on, carrying somebody, carrying extra weight.
I feel like anything done in moderation is acceptable. Anything that is taken out of moderation is too much. So
Does it hurt you
if
to
I'm
move?
so
Has it ever?
if I'm carrying too much and I'm putting too much in this relationship and it's costing me too much, then it's now doing what? It's now hurting me. If I stay in this relationship too long and I know I should have left, I'm hurting myself.
But if you
So
leave that relationship, you still hurt because you were attached to
because
that.
you love the person.
Yeah.
So I guess there's a form of if you want to call it hurt, I guess it is a small form of hurt in everything. Yeah, sure.
I
No
like
pain,
that. Yeah.
no pain, no gain.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's what I was gonna say. You go to the gym. Look, that shit hurt. Like you can relate hurt. You can relate hurt and pain to everything. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
I mean, they tell you that that it's working when it hurts. Like you
Yeah.
know that you're working out, you know that you put in that work when the
Yeah.
muscles starting to ache. You know, you really did something. So I can agree with that. I can agree with that.
What about you,
Um,
Marshall? All right, Mister
no, you good, you good. All I was gonna
Marshall.
say is, go ahead, give it to Marshall.
I think hurt becomes numb after a while.
Mm.
Yeah,
Speak on
but
that, brother.
after a while, but does it hurt
I
in the
think
initial
after
beginning?
you experience enough loss and enough carrying on and enough everything, it just becomes second nature. And it's just like, okay, this is just another chapter in the book and everything. And I think the only thing that hurts after that is carrying on. Is the only thing that hurts after that is finding a reason to carry on.
Wow. Okay. I like that
Right.
perspective. That's an interesting perspective, should I say. And see, that's what I love about, our
Because
healthy
it could
dialogue
be
that
the
we
only
have.
thing that hurting is you've done everything else that you could possibly think of, but the only thing you look back at your life and go, maybe I'm not where I thought I'd be when I was a kid.
Yeah, I feel that. But hey, you gotta want it. Whatever it is, you gotta want it, bro.
Absolutely.
You gotta want it.
If,
Whatever it
if you
is, it
don't,
don't even matter.
if you don't want it, then if you don't want it bad enough, you're never going to get it. So as a man
Mm-hmm.
thinketh, so is he. So you know what I mean. Whatever you put your mind to, that's what you will succumb to.
Honestly.
So if your mind is on negativity, your world will be filled with negativity. If your mind is on productive and positivity, your world and positive energy and productive things will come to you. If your mind is on wealth and finances and bettering your circumstances, this will flow with you. But if your mind is on, oh, I'm filled with bad luck. My circumstances is negative, and I can never get out of this situation. Then you will succumb to that, and you will be sitting right where you was last year because the way that you allow yourself to think. Like we really
Mm-hmm.
have to reprogram our minds.
Yeah.
You like when we was small and children, they told us that your mind is a terrible thing to waste, and this
Yeah.
and and as a kid we were just like, oh yeah, whatever. But as an adult, that I appreciate that because it is so true. Our
Yeah.
minds is the most powerful tool that we have. The brain controls everything on your body. You know what I mean? Once your brain goes, your body goes.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? I think that everybody collectively should be in the business of thinking positively so they can have positive results.
I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. We got any words for today?
Yes, I do. um, First word of the day: challenge.
Huh?
Now, and the second word of the day is going to be obstacle. So I want. So basically, we're going to do like, What's the difference between a challenge and an obstacle?
All right. So a challenge is can I give both answers? That just
Yeah,
you
yeah,
want me?
absolutely.
All right. So
Baby, this day.
a challenge is something in my opinion, is something like you're afraid to take on, but it's like yo, I gotta accept this. Either I gotta do it or I don't want to do it.
Okay,
It's either too hard or I'm gonna get through this shit.
right.
The obstacle is getting through that challenge.
Yes, I love it. We agree
Yeah,
on that. We
yeah,
agree on that. I think the challenge is whatever you're trying to accomplish. If you're trying to be a doctor, if you're trying to be a entrepreneur, if you're trying to start a business, if you're trying to go to school for literature, if you're trying to go to school for arts, if you're trying to go to school for medicine, whatever your lane is, that's your challenge. And
yeah.
your obstacle is the steps that it takes to get to that challenge.
Yep.
Whatever steps that it takes to get to accomplishing that challenge is your obstacles. So
Mm,
school, getting your license, getting how many credit hours that you would have to have to
Yeah.
be legitimate. Getting your LLC would be an obstacle if you wanted to be a legitimate business. Getting your paperwork in order. These would be your obstacles, and your challenge would be starting your business.
Yeah. Honestly.
I like that. I like that. So darkness. What is your when you hear darkness? What is that? What is the first
Uh,
thing that come to your mind when you hear darkness?
Depression.
Hmm.
I think is depression. I think of bottom, rock bottom.
Hmm.
I think of depression. I think of your the lowest point. But I also think of hope.
Ooh. Okay.
Because when you hit rock bottom, you can't go no lower.
I want you to go up. Yes, sir.
You can only go up. Hey, there's darkness, but there's light at the end of that tunnel.
But it's
Yeah,
light at the end of that tunnel.
yeah, there's light at the end of that motherfucking tunnel. Like, hey, you gotta go through some shit. You gotta grow through what you grow through. Yeah, so yeah, I think of depression. I think of hurt. I think of
Yeah.
guilt. Like sometimes, like I done been there before. Like, oh, it's my fault. Like all this happened because of me, even when it wasn't my fault. Like this happened because of me. I take the blame for a lot of stuff that wasn't my fault. Actually, I gotta stop doing that. Actually, I did
Right.
stop doing that. I take the blame for a lot of stuff that's not my fault at all. Like, and I think of darkness as letting people go who don't deserve your energy.
Hmm.
Everybody
Okay.
don't deserve me. I had to learn that. Everybody don't deserve my energy.
Right.
Everybody don't deserve the opportunities that will come with people fucking with me or being around me or me being around them. And, opportunities we can make together or anything like that. Everybody don't deserve that. People will take advantage of you.
Hmm.
Now, I lost a best friend of 20 years, and I don't care to ever talk to this nigga ever again, ever in my life. And his brother
Okay.
still fuck with me, shit like that. Like, I don't care. And it took a couple of times of him fucking me over, like, for me to like realize, like, yeah, this ain't that. Yeah, go do what you
Yeah.
do. I wish him no bad. I wish the best for him. I wish him no bad. Go do what you do. I'm gonna do what I do. I'm gonna keep doing what I've been doing. I tried, and nigga, you showed me multiple times that I don't need to fuck with you.
Right.
So it got easier every time. It happened so many times. It got easier every time. I was like, fuck it.
You can't be
So
trusted.
yeah, like nigga, fuck it. All right, it got easier every single time.
Yeah. I mean, and how does that make you feel when you have to? I'm gonna give you my rebuttal on darkness too, but
Nah, but yeah, you could
but just to
eat
how
your
you,
question.
just on that just on that notion. How did, sorry. Whew. How does it make you feel when you got to cut somebody off that you used to, I guess fuck with in a sense?
Uh, with him, it didn't hurt because I cut him off so many times. Like when you keep doing it, like it gets like I said, it gets easier.
It gets easier, right? Okay.
Like it's like you keep trying to help this
Well,
person. You
I
keep
guess what for the
trying.
initial,
The initial one hurt. The first one hurt. I like, I give this nigga another chance. Such. But then you keep trying. You keep trying with this person. And it's like, yeah, nah, like I wasted my time. And it's
right,
like,
right.
it's easier to let go. Like after that first one, it's like,
Oh
shoot,
shit.
what they say, shoot, fly, don't bother me. Like, all right,
You fly
go
don't bother me.
on. Go on, like no disrespect to them. Like I don't. he disrespected like my family and everything. I never disrespected him. He did it online, all that. I'm not that kind
Oh
of
yeah.
person. Yeah, I'm not that
Oh
kind of
wow.
person. I don't do shit like that. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
you could have came to my house and we could have shot a fade 30 seconds in the front yard. You ain't going lying like that's bitch shit. That's pussy shit to me. You're a bitch, and we would never ever talk again.
I mean,
Like,
we could have just handled it like distinguished gentlemen. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Talked about it.
I'd rather fought you in my front yard. That's it. Or I had a conversation, but you going lying? That's what bitches do, nigga. What?
Yeah, that's crazy.
We don't do
Um,
that. Like, no, we don't do that. But yeah, so yeah, all the way cut off.
I
Never
respect
again.
that.
And he missed out. He missed out on a lot of opportunities with me. He could have been somebody.
I
But yeah,
respect that.
yeah.
Now, darkness. To me, darkness is the absence of light. So when I hear the absence of light, and when we speak on darkness, I think of people that are either because think about when you think about darkness, when you close your eyes, what
Darkness.
you see darkness, and in the darkness that you cannot in the darkness, can you see?
Yeah, because you're dreaming.
When your
Can
eyes are closed, can you
you?
see?
It depends. If I'm asleep, I can see because I'm dreaming.
Okay. If you are awake and your eyes are closed, sir, can you see?
No, no.
Okay. And so I associate darkness with being blind to the fact I associate the darkness of being absent of light, meaning that this person don't. So if the person is darkness, if the person is exuding darkness, it's because there's an absence of light around them. So instead of looking at them as just a troubled person, you have to understand that there's the solution for them in their darkness is to provide them with some light. So that I guess I look at darkness as just simply the absence of light, but that can be in many perspectives of life.
Okay, but what like everybody don't deserve that. Like,
That's not true. Everybody deserves light. Who are
not
you
from
to say
not
that
from you.
everybody don't deserve? Who are you to say
Not the
everybody
light from
deserves light?
you.
That's not. But who are you to determine that? We
Me.
just spoke.
They don't
Hold
need
on.
the light from me.
We
They got to get that
okay.
light from somebody else. That's what I'm
I
saying.
disagree. Okay, I disagree with that because I just explained earlier that I may be the only source of light that this person have ever seen. So if I'm the only source of light that this person have ever seen, and I did not give myself the light, but the light was given to me by someone else, how dare I be so selfish with the light to not share it with someone else who I see now it is blind, who I see now is in the darkness, who I see now is absent of light. And usually when people are in the darkness, it's because of people who had the light and they kept passing.
All right. So did you not hear my story? What I just said. So you'll go back and talk to this dude, to this person after he said he did all that shit. And, like, you would go back and reach out to that. I would not. No,
Listen, listen. Um,
never.
there's
I
there's
and,
a,
and,
there's
and, and it took 3 times. I did it three times.
if you're gonna am I gonna are you gonna let me answer or
No,
no?
hold on. It took 3 times, and I said I let go. All right, now you're good. Now you're good. Just let
Okay,
you know, I tried 3 times.
absolutely, I respect it.
After
Um,
that, no, nigga, no.
I get it. I respect it. I understand. I I just was taught and was raised a little differently, and I'm up from a different understanding. Um, there's a story in the Bible where the man asks God how many times must he forgive his brother. And the God tells him that he must forgive his brother 70 times 70 in one day. That means every day you wake up, your brother can commit 444 different acts of 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 uh of ill will towards you, and you must forgive them. You know what I mean? So, and that's just in one day. So, in every day it renews. So when you learn from that perspective and you look at it from that perspective, and then I'm a God fearing man. I want God to forgive me. I want to make it into heaven, and I know the only way that I can make it into heaven is if I can forgive those that who have trespassed against me. So how can I be an example of what I want others to be if I can't be it myself? So if so to be that way is to give everybody grace, no matter how many times you wrongdo me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I still have to because probably the reason why you'll be in this way is because you don't know no better. You know what I mean? Most of the time when people are just ugly, it ain't just because they just ugly people, it's because they don't know no better. You know what I mean? They never been shown nothing better. And it could be that they don't want to know nothing better. Absolutely. But often and far between, the reason why they are shut off from the world is because the world has shut them off. You know what I mean? So sometimes to combat some evil, sometimes to combat some hate, sometimes to combat some darkness, is to provide some light, some love, some healing, a friend. Nigga, like you done did me so ugly, nigga, and I'm still gonna do you right by you, just to show you, like, you know what I'm saying, what grace is, what love is, what a real friend is.
Nah, I'm not doing right by him. I only right I'm doing by him is like I said, I still wish him the best. That's the most I'm doing is wishing
I
him the
mean,
best
everybody.
and praying on him. But like I'm not reaching out. Nigga, I'm not doing nothing. What? But
No,
I wish
I
you the
didn't say.
best. Hey, man, hey,
I
I
didn't say. I
hope
didn't
nothing
say.
happens.
Right. I
That's
didn't say
all.
you have to do no extra. Got to go above and beyond for someone. That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Well,
cause I
all
ain't.
I'm saying, all I'm saying is, I'm gonna be godly to you, and I'm gonna be cordial to you and respectful to you when I am passing, no matter the circumstances, no matter what you done did to me, no matter what ill will may have happened. I'm not gonna harbor no ill will for no one,
Yeah,
for
I
nothing.
don't wish nothing bad on them. Nothing like that. Nothing at
Like
all.
I don't hold no grudge on no one, and I don't deal with yesterday problems today, you
Yeah,
know.
I
So
don't. But nigga,
so
hey,
I don't. We can't go back.
you can't fuck with big keys.
You know what I'm saying? Like we can't go back and change things that have already happened. So
And
we can't cry. So being that that's the scenario, I don't know why a lot of us like to cry over spilled milk. You know, a lot of us like to be upset about things that has already happened. It's like, okay, the things has now happened, so now the solution is how are we going to fix it? And if
let
we're
it
not
go.
going to, you know what I mean? If you're not going to fix it, then you got to do what you just say, LIG. We got to let it go. You
Hmm.
know what I mean? We
I
got to
like
live.
that.
Life is so short, so I can't dwell and put too much energy on things that don't benefit me. If it does not benefit me, if it does not add to my peace, I have to separate from it.
Yeah.
Because our peace is so expensive. What I mean, stress really kills. Your mind is a terrible thing to waste. So
Hmm.
you don't want to be in an environment that is not productive for
Honestly,
you.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So this is why, this is why art is a major outlet for so many people.
Hmm.
And this is why art supplies so many people with healing. Art is the biggest healer, if you will. Art is the biggest therapy, if you will. Art was the first therapist, if you will.
Yeah. Honestly.
Uh, it's some soulful Sunday for your ass.
Yeah. Hey, real shit.
Yeah.
We got more words or
I got another word. Um, happy. What does happy mean to you, brother?
shit. Um, other people. My surroundings. Actually, I'm gonna use the word surroundings. because that comes with energy. If the people around me is not happy,
Hmm.
then that's gonna drain me of my
Of your
happiness.
happiness? Oh
Yes,
wow.
and
Okay.
then I'm not gonna be happy.
Right.
And then so if I got an attitude, they got an attitude, ain't nobody happy. If they got an
Right.
attitude and I'm happy, but they got an attitude, and
It, drain- it the
it's
energy
draining.
transfers.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
and that comes with bad
Absolutely.
energy, and yeah. So
Energy is definitely transferable. So yeah,
yes, and that comes not even at home. That comes at work too. Like I
that's
try to
just
make my
that's in
guys,
life. Yeah,
yeah,
that's
life,
anywhere
yeah.
in life.
Like I try
Yes,
to make
sir.
my guys happy. Like they're the reason I get a paycheck actually. So like I'm gonna take care of you. Y'all take care of me. I'll take care of you. Like stuff like that. Like, but energy is draining. And then like I don't like to argue. I was shut down. You can ask the lady, hey, I ain't about to argue with you. I don't want to go back and forth. We're shut down. Spanish woman. They want to argue. So I just shut down. I do, and they don't even like that.
Right.
But so I just like they'll like that out. I just shut down, bro. It's like because I can like I know me and I can say some hurtful stuff
Right.
and I probably mean it, but I don't want to say
Shouldn't say it
it.
or shouldn't.
Yeah,
Or it's like or I shouldn't say it that way.
yeah, I
You know what I'm
shouldn't say it
saying?
that way.
Because
Yeah.
the way I'm saying it to hurt you, and
hmm
that's never good. You know what I mean? We should
So
never
I
try to
just
attack with our
I
words.
I shut down, but then they get mad when you shut down. Women in general, because they want to argue. Well, most women. I ain't gonna say like, but most women they want to, or they want you. They want a response, and when you don't give them that motherfucking response, boy, it's a problem.
And see, women don't call it arguing. Women want to talk. They want to communicate. They feel like
Yeah,
they're communicating. And when they're not effectively communicating and been shut down, they get infuriated because it's
yeah.
like, oh, why you not being responsive? Oh, you don't care. Oh, you nonchalant. Oh, you're not taking me serious.
It's
Oh, you're
like I
not
don't want to say
listening to
nothing
me.
that's gonna hurt you. That's it.
Right, right.
That's really it.
I like that. Happiness for me, brother. When I think of happiness, I think of internal peace. So when I think of happy or happiness, I think of, what I'm saying, my mind, my soul, my spirit,
Yeah,
all being in unison, all being at peace. Everything is tranquil in this moment. Everything is going cope and steady, if you will. Um, so that's what I think of when I think of peace. Excuse me, when I think of happy. Happy is just internal peace. Like I can to me, if your peace is not in order, you ain't gonna be happy. When you at peace, when your heart's at peace, when your soul is at peace, when your mind is at ease and at peace, that's when you are most happy. If you
yeah.
think about it, most of us, you know what I mean. Um, Seeing your loved one walk through that door after they left from work today, you know what I mean? That puts your soul at your energy at peace. You know what I mean? Like you know what I'm saying? Babe's home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's
Uh-huh.
a happy feeling. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And it came from that piece of like she made it in. You
Mm-hmm.
know, same thing with your kids walking through the door after school.
Yeah.
That's an internal
Another day.
peace.
We got another day. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So absolutely, that's what I think of when I hear happy. I feel like happy can you. I feel like you cannot be happy without being at peace,
Yeah.
and I feel like your peace is your sole responsibility. So that means your happiness is your sole responsibility. When
I
you
agree.
give when you give somebody the responsibility to dictate or to control your happiness, that you giving someone too much power over you. Because now you cannot be happy unless this person creates it for you. And now this person could constantly create a peaceful environment for you, just for you to be happy. This is why we have to create our own peaceful environment to create our own happiness. This is why peace is a self promotion and happiness is as well.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Yeah,
All right.
honestly.
Last word of the night: survival.
Survival. Ooh. Uh, Survival. By any means.
By any means. By any
That's
means.
by any means. Like whatever it takes. Like
Whatever it takes. Yes, I like that.
yeah,
All these are good points, and the reason why you used this word last is because I wrote a poem called "Survival" last night. I don't have it memorized, but I do want to share it with the listeners tonight.
all right,
So,
all right. So your answer. Let me finish my answer, and then your answer will be the poem, right? And then we'll end it.
uh, n- uh, ooh, okay, yeah, let's let it
Okay.
work. Let
So
it work.
survival. Yeah. By any means. Uh, it's either me or you. Like, and I would. I put this towards when I was like when I went overseas. I went to survival mode. Like it was like I said, whatever it takes, it's me. It's either me
Whatever
or
it
you. And if it's either me or you, it's always gonna be you, because I'm gonna choose me first.
takes. And that's how it be when it's survival. It's like it's even in the animal kingdom, you see that.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah. So
It's either
yeah, even in the animal kingdom, yeah. So it's either me or you, and I'm gonna choose me every time, 100%.
every two.
Whatever it takes, whatever I have to do to keep going. It ain't even gotta be life or death, but whatever I have to do to keep going, work wise, anything, work wise, like life wise, like family wise, child support, like anything with child support, like that, all that survival, like whatever I have to do, I'm gonna do what it takes, and I'm gonna make sure I do it,
Yes.
and I ain't gonna play with you. And I'm gonna do it to my fullest potential. Because one thing I don't like, I don't like being told I can't do it. Or no, none of that. No, whatever it takes, I'm gonna do it.
I
That's
know
it.
that's right. I love it, brother. I love
That's it.
it. Now, keep that understanding when I give you this poem
Okay.
called Survival. You know,
Okay.
it says survival is death's most infamous rival. The Reaper get disappointed when you alter his arrival. The shooter get excited when he raises his rifle. The preacher begins to study when he opens his Bible. 360 degrees needed to complete the cycle. A nurse checks his vital to determine that America is on the verge of losing another idol. The writer is struggling to come up with a title. The murderer is battling with thoughts that are homicidal. The depressed feel alone and is becoming suicidal. The performer is preparing for the recital. The critic is unimpressed and feel like nothing is idle. My advice is life is what you make it. Don't pull your baggage behind you like a fifth wheel. Meanwhile, we're all just trying to make it uphill. Some of us are trying to get signed. Some of us trying to make a deal. Many are starving and wish they had a meal, while lovers of money is hoping to make their first meal. Thieves are discussing their next steal. Marksman is stalking their next kill. We all have the same 24 hours, and we all have the same free will. We're trying to move forward because we know that we get nowhere idle. Those who appreciate life are just trying to manage survival. That's that piece.
I like what you did with that meal and meal with the food and the money. I like. I went to school with people like you. I like that. Yeah, I like that.
Yes, sir.
Let's close this out.
Everybody just trying to manage survival.
Honestly.
All right, man. Remember this, people. This is my closing statement for the people, and BU gonna have his closing statement. But this is Mr. Staples says a closing statement for the people tonight. Remember this: reading is fundamental. Fundamental is knowledge. Knowledge is power, and power is the key. And keys open up doors. Doors to your destiny. That's my closing statement for the people. What you guys want to be?
All right. You got to be selfish. Not everybody deserves your energy. Straight to the point.
I love it, man.
Let's close it out. I love
it,
it,
man. Man, we appreciate y'all listeners, man. Don't forget to continue to art for change, to make a difference in your community, man. Continue to make your art and expose your art. Bring it to the world, man. Share it with the people, man. If not, share it with Art for Change. Come over here, man. If you're an artist and you're ready to expose yourself and ready to go to the next level of your artistry, man, come on, Art for Change. Come holla at Mr. Sapiosexual or BU on Instagram. This is the best place to reach us. You see BU on Instagram or Mr. underscore Sapiosexual. Google it if you don't know how to spell it. Very simple. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend so we can get some more followers, baby. Peace and love, baby. Art for Change.
Let's get it.